So I enjoyed that wacky live stream with you guys. I'm glad you guys were there to talk to me. It was exactly what I needed. Mr. iPod, I listened to that video you linked, and I agree. Houting. And thank you to my sister Amy for sort of encouraging me to relax and be quiet and calmer with myself and live a better life. So the past few days I actually haven't been using devices very much and staying off of social media, and I felt a lot better. I've also been fasting. It seems kind of crazy, and I never fasted in America. Maybe it's some weird thing about China, but yeah, every once in a while I just don't eat for a couple of days. I feel a lot better. I don't know what that is about, and I don't really know why, but it works for me. My girlfriend thinks it's a little odd. She thinks that maybe I shouldn't. She doesn't understand how I would get health benefits from it, but maybe she's coming around when she sees the results that I have. I'm probably gonna. I might end my fast today, but seriously, like I felt so much better these past couple of days. Yesterday I went. I took a walk, and I came home, and I looked around my house, and it's sort of that scene from Limitless when he gets home and he's just like, wait a second, I can't live like this. I can't live in a messy apartment like this. And I listened to a bunch of Chinese music while I was cleaning, and then I got a haircut that I was long overdue for. Okay, so just as a refresher, I teach English to college students in China. I teach at a university, and I've been doing this for 1 year at this university. Due to the coronavirus outbreak right now, the school has not reopened from winter break yet, but instead we're just having online classes, which I actually sort of prefer because even though the outbreak is mostly in Hubei province and my university is in Jiangsu province, a lot of the students that go to this university actually live in Hubei. And so I've just heard from them, one of them told me he hasn't left his house in a month. So I teach speaking. I teach speaking to the students, English speaking. And I noticed last term that the vast majority of my students, their English is hard to understand and awkward because they don't have a native English accent. Of course. But you can learn that from TV and music and movies. And so that's really what you need to do. I found this really good video on YouTube where this guy's actually, I think it's for a Mandarin class, but he's talking about native accent. And so this can be true for any language, and how the rhythm and intonation is the most important thing for your developing your native accent. And really, you need to have a native accent, because if you don't have a native accent, then people can't understand you. It's the most essential thing to speaking, really. And I really want to learn Chinese too, right? So while I'm cleaning, I realized I should just be listening to Chinese music all the time. Of course, I should always be listening to Chinese music. And so I listened to music while I was cleaning my apartment yesterday, and I heard some catchy songs. No matter that I can't understand the lyrics, I still enjoy the beat. And maybe I could use these Chinese songs in my YouTube videos without any copyright infringement, because YouTube's banned in China anyway. A friend of mine called me the other day. This guy is fluent in Chinese and English, and he said how's the Chinese learning coming, Derek? And I said, I've been listening to Chinese music recently to help me, because listening is very important and all the same stuff. And he's like, oh, what kind of music? I was like, oh, mostly pop music, rap music, anything catchy. Hopefully I can get some songs stuck in my head for a long time and then remember the intonation and rhythm and everything. And he says, Derek, I think you need to be listening to kids music. And I was like, what, really? And he's like, yeah, because then you'll actually be able to understand it all, and it'll be easier to stick in your brain at first. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So with that, I'll leave you guys with this. Enjoy. 下车了，下车了，巴士车的司机说：“请小心，请小心。”
怪兽车的司机说：“
我来了，我来了，我来了。”
巴士车的司机说：“
谢谢